94.9 CHRW. It's me, Ira T, here with the Metal Show, and tonight it's our special salute to Canadian metal. And on the phone with us, Answer with Metal.
We called Anarchy Within Mythology, and we went by AWM for short. We got a little sick of that name because it was with our old lineup. So we were brainstorming and drinking one night, and my drummer came up with Answer with Metal, and it sounded really good, so we stuck with it.
Isn't that the way you think good things always come, though, when you're sitting there having a few brews?
Yeah. Luckily, we remembered it the next day, though.
And tell us about the lineup. Who do you guys got in Answer with Metal?
We're a five-piece. Lead singer Dan Nielsen. Really like 80s influence, Bruce Dickinson, Ronnie James Dio, all that, so you can hit the really high-pitched screams and all that. We got two guitarists, one lead, one rhythm. Our lead guy, Andrew Jarvis, also writes a lot of songs. Pretty much all the songs. We had all our own flourishes and whatnot, but also takes care of the media, mixing songs and all that. So he's very like chill in the boat and Megadeth influence, a lot of shred. Our other guitarist is Matt Hadaway, more of a rock guy with like the Offspring and Red Hot Chili Peppers influence. And he recently just rejoined. He had quit for a couple of years to go to school, but luckily he's back. So that's some awesome news for us.
Excellent.
My drummer, Ali Gonzalez, very technical drumming. Got a new drum set recently, so we're pretty stoked about that. And yeah, I rock 5-string bass, very Mudvayne and Iron Maiden influence.
Very good. And how long have you been with them? Were you with them right from the beginning?
Well, when we first kind of got it going, so it's kind of like a gray area, but then once we came up with a new name, kind of like a rebirth. So I've been in the band for about 6 years.
Then what would you guys say is your best song right now?
I might say our upcoming single, Time to Die. We got a bunch of new songs. That was the one we chose to record, so we're currently in the mixing stage of that, and we're very excited about getting it out to the public, and we're going to close our show with it this coming Saturday, so it's pretty high energy, high thrash speed song, so we're pretty stoked about it.
Yeah, you mentioned you got a show coming up this Saturday. Where is it, and how can we get in?
The promoter, Inertia Entertainment, he actually shops at the store I work at, so I talked to him about it. He didn't have any opening bands, so figured to go for it, and we worked it out, and yeah, so we're pretty stoked about it, because Primal Fear is a huge power metal band from Germany, so it's a very big opportunity for us, and I hope that it's going to be the best show we've ever played. And tickets are available at the door for $30 even, so it should be a very good night.
Sounds like an excellent time right there. So you guys going to be playing all night, and what do you guys got for us in the future?
Summer's a great time for metal. I mean, we're going to look for as many shows as we possibly can, just get out there and hopefully gain some new fans, interact with people, play with some of our favorite local bands. So the future's looking pretty bright for us.
Definitely. I mean, I found you guys when I was researching some metal bands to do for our special Canadian salute to metal, and you've had a few articles written about you guys, and you guys are definitely up and coming and doing a great job right there. Do you guys see yourself doing a big tour across Canada anytime soon?
We're ready, willing, and able. Just got to look for the opportunity.
Very nice, very nice. Now, let's say that yourself an opportunity to play with anybody living or dead. You can be their opening act. Who would that be?
That's a very tough question, because, I mean, we all might say something different. But right now, I'd probably say Skullfist, because they're one of our favorite bands. They're from Toronto. We've come to know them personally, and they just party really hard, and they're a great live band. So I think a tour with them would be really, really fun.
Excellent. Yeah, it definitely sounds like it would be one heck of a great party show.
Yeah.
What's your view on Canadian metal? I mean, like, do you think we're kind of weighed down because we're Canadian, or do you think we're just as good as the States?
I think we're just as good, and we can compete. New wave of traditional heavy metal. There's a lot of great bands on the rise, and certainly some have already broken through, like Skullfist, like I mentioned. They're huge. They can tour Europe, South America, no problem. You got Cauldron, another great band from Toronto. Striker from out in Alberta. There's some up-and-coming bands like Manacle and Rusted in this country.
Yeah, it seems like metal's really starting to grow. It's starting to become much more mainstream there. What do you feel about that? Do you think it's possible for metal to be too mainstream, or is it always going to be that lovely alternative head-banging kind of music?
Well, it depends on like what style you're into. I mean, there's always going to be bands that can break through and have that more mainstream appeal, like Slipknot or Avenged Sevenfold or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's so many subgenres. You're going to always find a strong, thriving underground scene. But my personal opinion is, as the older bands start to retire, like some of the fans that may not be in touch with the underground, they're going to be looking for new bands to take their spot. So I think it's a great time for the genre of music that we play, which is like the more melodic, heavy metal style with like the clean vocals and ripping guitar solos and whatnot.
That's definitely true. I mean, like we've already seen so many terrible deaths and arrests and disbanding going on. We lost Dave Brody of Guar. That was just terrible.
Yeah, I don't really listen to Guar, but I mean, that guy was such a presence, and like you knew if you were going to go to a Guar show, you're going to have a great time. So that was definitely a huge shock.
Yeah, and then of course there's the guitarist for Slayer, and then we got so many other guys going to jail. So we got guys like you to step up and fill the gaps, eh?
Oh, for sure.
Alrighty, thank you very much for speaking with us here on the Metal Show. Why don't you throw us out to the to your guys' song?
Thank you very much. And we either got Writing in Stone or Two Wrongs Don't Make a Right coming up for you guys. But it is Two Wrongs Don't Make a Right. Check it out on YouTube. We made a music video for it a couple years ago, and yeah, check it out.
Oh, we'll definitely look that up. And is there any site, Facebook, any kind of info the fans can go to check out more of your stuff?
Yep, we're on Facebook. It's facebook.com/answerwithmetal. If you go onto YouTube and type in the band name, you'll find our channel on there as well. If you're looking for merch, answerwithmetal.bigcartel.com. You'll find our album, shirt, a couple of designs of pins.
Sounds great. I mean, like I'm going to definitely check you out. And once I heard you did a music video for this, I'm going to be all over that. Heck, we'll try and get if with your permission, we'll get a copy of it and we'll put it on the metal page.
Absolutely, man. Go for it.
Awesome. Thank you very much for being with us here on 94.9 CHRW, The Metal Show.